Longhorns will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. Trying the left side. Got room at the 35. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
This crowd full of throats, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D-linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs throwing. You just can't do it.
On second down, he'll fire. Using the quick game. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Just about any LSU offense will make you hold your breath when they play pitch and catch.
Yeah, just such elite playmakers usually. Just such speed. And listen, when you're a defense, speed kills. And LSU, no matter who plays quarterback, they always got dudes that can fly out wide that absolutely scare.
Lost one on that last one. It's second and 11. He's looking to throw. Got his man quickly. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Shotgun snap on third down. He looks that one in nicely. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on a lot of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
They get him on the ground. He picked up about 4 yards, and the ball spotted at the 10. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal.
You saw the tight end on a big play there in that last third down. Why not go back to him again here in the red zone? With his size and his athleticism, he is a matchup nightmare down in this area of the field.
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on first and goal, and they are not cooperating. On the move. And this offense hoped to just run it in, and the defense was having none of it. No gain. Ball remains at the 2. Using his feet. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
This defense has their hands full in this game because of what you saw right there. This quarterback is one of the fastest players in the entire country, and he runs one in. They're going to have to do a better job getting hats to him because they know they're going to see the QB run a lot today.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The offense lining up for a first down play. Give to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. The RPO fires complete to the left. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
These guys are called matchup games. They're not the biggest guys on the field, but they're going to win. Short, and they're going to catch the ball, and they're going to make yards after the catch. You can tell those are the type of guys in college football that are starting to get maximized and used a lot more than they were in the past.
Quarterback will audible. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Got his man. Coming through with that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
These offenses work so hard week in and week out, working on those critical down and distances, 3rd downs. And having that conversion this early in the game, that's got to feel good for this offense.
And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Here comes the option. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand, now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the fourth quarter.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that 1st down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
The Longhorns are rolling down the field. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
And that's back-to-back now. We've seen this running back get it done on their opening drive of the game. That last carry got the 1st down. So if I'm the offensive coordinator right now, I love the way my O-line's playing, and I love the way this guy's toting the rock. I'm going to give it to him again.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. So 1st down didn't exactly go according to plan. Let's see what they can dial up on 2nd down.
Reese, I got him right where I want him, okay? I'm going to throw the football. Now I can get back in shotgun. Let's forget the running game stuff. We're going to play a little pitch and catch and see how good that secondary is.
Now he's looking to throw it. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Finds a man on the left. Bringing the heat. And the catch of the into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn! And these guys just score from anywhere out there. After that drive, sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. You're backed up in a bad position, you can still fight your way out and get you a touchdown. That's a great drive by the offense.
The AT unit on the field. Right down the boulevard. All tied up and just about set to kick it away.
used to see that play a ton back in the day. You just don't see much of it anymore.
Trying to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Immediately fires to the middle. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4. Keeps the legs moving. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
That's a really nice run. One thing I love about him is he's got versatility. Reminds me of a guy I used to play against back in the day, Kevin Falk. He could catch the ball, he could run the ball, he could block, he returned kicks. He did everything for the LSU Tigers, and this guy, he's got that ability too. So many different tools in his toolbox.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speed so he in space. They didn't do a good job getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy from the place.
Second down, he'll let it fly. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Not a lot of good plays for third in California, so you're just trying to get a completion and help out your punter, but they can't even get that executed.
LSU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week, only called on twice. Was looking for more running room and found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. Sending the offense back onto the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On second down, wants to throw. Caught behind the line. It's Horn. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, when I blitz as a defense, I want to get home. I got to get to that quarterback, get him on the ground, not hit him as he's throwing it, and he gets it off right here. Just a split second too late. You didn't get to the quarterback in enough time. The quarterback did a good job assessing it and making a play down the field.
And the incomplete pass on third down, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's about. See what they dial up on 1st and 10. He'll ride his man on the option. He'll pitch it. At the 40, there he goes. Flying down the left side. He's at the 10. Slippery slide. Flying his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last drive won't go on a highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up.
So much for jumbo sets. They'll go 5 wide on 2nd and 2. He's looking to throw. He's got his man. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Quarterback will keep it. They'll wrestle him down just short of the 1st down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
And that would be the definition of 1st down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice 1st down execution.
And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. Fires to the tight end. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a 1st down. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. To the ground. He's got it again. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
It's really frustrating when you get a guy in his spot. He's in the hole. He's there to do his job. You can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. You know, especially a guy that's not a huge back. You got to make the...
Got enough space. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, LSU.
And I love that this offense stuck to it. Stuck to the run game. Didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. North Texas has the lead right now. The good folks in Denton have been buzzing all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 7 over Texas State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the 1st half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. He'll pull it on the read. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on 4th down. Quarterback checking the play. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Makes the catch past the sticks. Well, they just drained all of the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The hurry up now. Second down. Clock ticking. He's looking to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. A third and long coming up here.
3:25.
From the gun, wants to pass. Wiggles free. They get to him as he throws. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
And I don't know how to explain that one. Fourth down and long, the percentages are low anyways, and on your side of the field, that is not the way I want to create momentum or start my first half. I'm not sure what they were thinking on defense.
Just a solid stop by this sophomore. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the three. And he'll need a little distance and accuracy. A 42-yarder from the left hash. Not a chance. Missed it. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up. Just enough time for one final play in this half. On the run. It's Horn. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes the Texas offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. He's now up to 104 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. They'll ride the hot hand. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll leave it with him. Noses ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1. This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert 3rd and short from the 30? From the gun, wants to pass. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
Here's the handoff. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this team tackle. He is tough to block on one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability around that.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Crosses to 35. Speeding down the left side. At the 20. Touchdown LSU. They take the lead with the 6.
Offensive line, give me a crack. I'll do the rest. How about the Jets? The speed. He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. That drive took no time at all. A couple of plays and finished it with a long run for the touchdown. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. He's looking to throw. Setting up the screen. Still on his feet at the 45. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it, there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Trying to impose their will on the ground as he stopped after a 5-yard pickup to the 33.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense quarterback's going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29. On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. He is smashing people. He's run out of bounds after the big game, and they are in business. First and goal.
How about the big play by this running back? Nice job running with the football. Good balance, seeing where he needed to go with the football. Finishing the run, he gets knocked out of bounds. But how about this offense set up now on 1st and goal?
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground, right up the gut, looking for 6. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4.
You've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the 1st down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the 1st down marker? Why did you run?
Touchdown, Longhorns! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. That touchdown was a clinic in keeping your offense on the field and wearing the other defense out.
Sometimes your best defense is your own offense. Being able to stay on the field. You're absolutely right, because that was a clinic. Running the ball, playing at great rhythm and pace. QB making good, smart decisions, and not shooting yourselves in the foot. No penalties, no turnovers. It doesn't get any better than that last drive.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
The run to the left. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the 4th. Running to the left. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. The give to the back. Oh, he just flat went over it. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get 1st downs like that run right there.
The Tigers are marching down the field. Snap it to the back. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Gonna take a shot. And he's got it inside the 20. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. The Tigers getting set on 1st and 10. Expect some pressure coming from the blitz. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Got out of trouble and throws. Zings it complete to the right. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. Good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping. Put it out in front of me. I'm getting this first down.
And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. LSU right back to the line. They'll run it to the left, looking for the touchdown here. Touchdown, Tigers! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
Man, oh man, what a day. His 3rd touchdown rushing, showing you he's got a little bit of everything. And padding those stats. And all you fantasy football guys, if you have my man at running back, it's a good day.
The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Navy is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to watch. They're trailing by 10 to Rice. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He'll keep it himself. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
Yeah, it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options. He's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
What a big play this one could be. Tight game, getting late, 3rd and long coming up. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking down the middle. Makes a connection. He's into the open down the middle. The 10. Touchdown, Texas. And once he found daylight, it was Katie by the door, baby.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And he splits the uprights, and we're tied in the 4th. Here comes the kickoff. We are all tied up in the 4th quarter. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Fires to the big fella. And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Second down coming up. Leaves it with the running back. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Got a lot of running room.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
They'll give it to him again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. They'll try the right side. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. The clock has stopped as we have reached the 2-minute warning here in the ballgame.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They think there's room to run to the right here. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves in a position to win.
They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. Tie game here late in the fourth. They want to control the ball, and they're not going to punt it away. They'll go for it on fourth down. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Timeout on the field, and everybody want to make sure they're organized as we come down the gut of the game. A tie game here late, and they do not want to give up this football. They'll go for it on fourth down. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. They're throwing for it on fourth down. Can't find his man. That'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanking the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Touch pass on the run. Crosses the 30. The expressway is wide open. The 20. Past the 10. Touchdown, Longhorn! And inside of that to go, they've got the lead.
And how about this offense? They knew they needed to execute. Great play calling, great drive, put it together. Now you got a chance to go up by 7 late in this ball game, and then let your defense go on the field and seal it for you.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down line.
They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Hands it off. At the 45, on his way. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. And the Tigers want to crank the tempo. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
After the incompletion, it's second down. Give to the running back. At the 20, he's got space. And he's chased out of bounds, but not before he gets the first down, stops the clock, and has them on the move trying to get the late score. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Right back to the well. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Wants to fire on second down. Let's it fly. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
Yeah, and that's fine. Listen, it's go time, right? Now it's coming up on third down. You probably got 2 downs anyways. It's the fourth quarter. It's time for this QB to take charge.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. From the gun, wants to pass. Now adjusting. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with the double.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Unleashes to the end zone. Takes it into the house, and the clock is at 0, and they are down a single.
How about this execution late in the game, scoring the touchdown with no time on the clock? These fans are shocked, and they are so quiet. Now, do you want to send them home with an L and go for 2? You want to kick the PAT and go to OT?
And now they're going to go for 2 and the possible win, and this crowd rises up to try to make it tough. Finds his big tight end. He is in! The 2-point conversion is good, and they win the game. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end, you need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
You can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up, and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins, and you can tell there's tremendous leadership on this football team. Guys can step up, and in the huddle, they can make sure that everybody else is focused to the task at hand in order to get the W.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.